Hello students, this is question number 14th of IOQM 2024 and 25. The question over here says, initially there are total 3 to the power 80 particles at origin 0, 0. At each step, the particles are moved to a point above x-axis as follows. If there are n particles at any point in x, y, then greatest integer function of n by 3 are of them are moved to x plus 1, y plus 1. And similar way, the floor of n by 3 is been moved to x comma y plus 1 and the remaining x minus 1 and y plus 1 as well. For example, the first step, the total 3 to the power 70 particles at each 1 comma 1, 0 comma 1 and minus 1 comma 1. After second step, there will be 3 to the power 78 particles at each minus 2 comma 2, 2 comma 2 and 2 into 3 to the power 78 particles at each minus 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2 and 3 to the power 79 and each particles at 0 comma 2. After 80th step, the number of particles at 79 comma 78 is. Now to solve this question, we are going to see the pattern that is being followed over here, and then we can also see the generalized pattern that can come over here. So first of all, if I'm going to start from this point, then after the first moment, we can see that there will be total 3 to the power 79 particles will come over here. 3 to the power 79 particles can come over here, and again 3 to the power 79 particles can come over this point. Then I'm going to write for the step number 1. So step number 1, we can see we are reaching over this point and we are reaching over this point. So there are total 3 to the power 79, comma 3 to the power 79, 3 to the power 79 particles each present over here. At step number 2, the moment will go from this point, then the moment will go from this point. This moment can go towards this point and this can go towards this, over here like this and here like this, and finally we can have this position. So at step number 2, we can see for this point there will be total 3 to the power 78 particles. For this point, we can see we can reach towards this point from two distinct directions. If we are reaching from this towards two distinct directions, so there will be 2 into 3 to the power 78 particles. In the next one, we can see towards this point we can reach in total 3 ways. So one is this, second is this, and the third one is this. So there will be 3 into 3 to the power 78 particles. And into the next one, we can see there is a pattern. So 2 into 3 to the power 78 particles. And the last one, we'll have 3 to the power 78 particles. Again, if I'm going to reach on to the next step over here, something like this. So we can get again a pattern that is being followed over here, and the pattern will be somewhat that for step number 3 we can have 3 to the power 77, 3 into 3 to the power 77, then we'll have 6 into 3 to the power 77, then 7 into 3 to the power 77, 6 into 3 to the power 77, and 3 into 3 to the power 77, and 3 to the power 77 particles will reach toward this point. Now in a question, they are asking us to reach a point 79 comma 80. Now 79 comma 80 will be a point that will be one step backwards from the point 80 comma 80. Means we have to go towards this direction only. So if we are going towards this direction, so at the 79th step, we can see there will be 79 comma 79 point, and 79 comma 79 point we can have total 79 into 3 particles, and at the 80th step we can see there will be 79 into 3 divided by 3 plus 3 by 3. So there will be total 80 particles that will be present over this point. Now as we are reaching towards this point, so final answer has to be equal to 80. Now this is the way by which we can see and predict the number of particles. There is another way by which we can make the equations and check. Like if I'm going to start from this point, so there will be 3 moments possible for this point. So the first moment is we can reach towards this point, and this point. So towards reaching this point, then we can see the process will be done in 1 by y way. Then again 1 reaching towards this point, and the number of ways will be this. So total number of ways we can take it from here is power is a. So this is a generating function that we have generated over here, and each one will be multiplied with 30th to the power or 3 to the power 80 minus a. Now we have to find the coefficient of, we need to find the coefficient of xz to the power or y to the power 79 in it, and the coefficient of z to the power 79, so that will come out to be equal to 80 itself. Therefore the final answer for this question has to be